Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to have a little look at tremolo blocks. If you have a sort of Fender or, Stratocaster style guitar, I should say, you might have a bridge that looks something like this. This is often called a tremolo or like a vibrato bridge. And lovely little things. They allow you to change the pitch of your strings by mucking around with a little whammy bar and have loads of fun, which is always good for us musicians that like making weird noises and stuff. Anyway, the bit we're actually specifically looking at on the bridge today is this part. So this is often called the trem block. Some people call it like the sustain block, but ultimately it's a big block of metal that sits on the bottom of the bridge that the spring's attached to. These blocks, depending on what they're made of, can actually affect the sound of the guitar. So I'm going to have a little look today at the stock zinc block that's on this lovely Squire bridge, and we're going to compare it to a couple of bridges I've been sent by a company called Music Lily. So we're going to have a little look at a brass block as well as a steel block. So we're going to pop them all on and compare the sounds, see which sounds the best, or see which one you prefer. Let's have a little closer look at these blocks just to begin with, and then we'll get on to the demo. So these are the parts we're looking at today. As you can see from this is a zinc block that comes on the Squire bridge as standard. So it's quite thin, doesn't have a lot of mass to it. We're going to be comparing it to a brass block, so a nice big thick bridge, and a stainless steel block here as well. So these blocks were supplied to me by a company called Music Lily. I'll put all of their links in the description box below. Good weight to it. We'll pop that on the scale in a minute. Let's get our little screws. Pretty good. Oh, the plectrum that's stuck to the bottom. Never mind, but plectrum as well. Let's move that over to the side. See, a little bit lighter there as well. That's cool, I like the look of that. Very nice. Once again, get screws. Got that stuck in there. So, and a plectrum as well. So let's pop them on and compare the weight between the two. So this is the zinc block, coming in at 118 grams. Look at the steel block, 243 grams. So yeah, big difference in weight, almost over twice the weight. And let's have a look at the brass now as well. Coming in at 264. Yeah, I thought it felt a little bit heavier than the stainless steel. So they're the three blocks there. The guitar we're going to be putting it into is this Squire Bullet Strat here. Usually on more inexpensive guitars, with a trem at least, you tend to get these sort of really lightweight blocks on there, just made of cheap materials, but they have a sound, and people like the sound of zinc. So it's one of these things, when you're upgrading sort of parts on guitars, everything's subjective, so you might want to upgrade something purely so it's better quality, so it's less likely to break or to perform better. But in terms of things like the blocks, or sustain blocks, tone blocks, whatever you want to call them, it really is a subjective thing. So we're going to have all the sounds and then just see what you prefer at the end. And if you obviously do fancy it, you can head over to Music Lily and buy some bits for your guitar to upgrade it. Anyway, going to put this thing back together, pop the bridge back on, and then we'll record some sound samples. So yeah. So there we have it. I made a few notes of what I thought after using the blocks and the guitars for a little bit of time. So starting with the Zinc, reading my notes as we go along. But yeah, I found the Zinc kind of had more like brittle highs, but a bit more bite. So it had kind of quite a cutting, piercing sound, especially under gain, which was quite nice. And unplugged, the guitar itself kind of sounded a bit more hollow, for lack of a better term. But yeah, it was kind of cool. Obviously, the steel highs were a lot smoother with the steel, not quite as sharp sounding as the Zinc was. Unplugged, slightly more trebly, but because of the weight of the block, it just had a bit more of a fuller feel. So it felt quite nice, felt substantial. But yeah, slightly smoother highs. So that's quite a good way to describe it, I think. And onto the brass. So the brass has less high tones compared to the Zinc or the steel, in my opinion. But it has a much warmer sound and actually quite a lot of like harmonic overtones, especially unplugged. You can hear it ringing out. And it just, yeah, it sounds really nice. I really like the brass. And again, because of the weight to it, it just makes the guitar feel fuller, makes it feel more, I don't know, more, makes it feel more. But yeah, so very cool. So thank you for watching. I'll leave the links in the description for Music Lily's website, as well as their Amazon store. Lots of great stuff on there. These blocks come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes, depending if you need a stubby block like this needed for, thinner bodies, or if you needed full-size ones for your Fender. Probably going to grab a brass one, I reckon, for my Fender Strat, because I really like the sound of that one myself. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, see you soon.